Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Tonight's semifinal round of the Section 8A volleyball tournament tonight. Two games this evening with game number one featuring the number one seed in the West subsection, the Sacred Heart Eagles, taking on the number two seed in the East subsection in the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. Welcome inside the pregame show tonight as it's being brought to you by Bidker Inc. Well, the Sacred Heart Eagles, number one here in the West, with just the one blemish to their name here in the year. They're 28-1 overall, coming off the win against the Climax Fisher Knights in the section quarterfinals last Friday. They swept the Knights 25-16, 25-6, and 25-22. The Eagles had an impressive second set where they ended on a 15-1 run, cruising to the 25-6 victory. For Fertile-Beltrami, 23-6 after a stellar regular season under head coach Carrie Sullley. They won in the quarterfinals over the Black Duck Drakes 3-1, 25-16. They dropped the second set 23-25. And then they regrouped to win sets 3 and 4, 25-12 and 25-17. Fertile-Beltrami, they are 10-1 in their last 11 matches. Inside the Bidker Inc. pregame show tonight, we'll have your pregame coaches interviews brought to you by the Georgetown Farmers Elevator. We'll take a look at the starting lineups and the rest of the volleyball bracket. Really, it's only the other semifinal game tonight. Game number 2 will be Ada-Borup West versus Red Lake Falls back here on KRJB and yourliveevent.com. And maybe we'll peek at the championship games coming up on Thursday from inside the Fargo Dome with our coverage across the R&J Broadcasting Incorporated family of stations. It is Section 8A semifinal volleyball tonight. Game number 1 features Fertile-Beltrami taking on the Sacred Heart Eagles. The Bidker Inc. pregame show continues after this on 106.5 FM KRJB and yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
When it comes to insurance, CHS Northwest Insurance Services of Fertile has your back. Meet Janet E. Fox, your dedicated agent specializing in multi-peril and hail insurance. Life is unpredictable, but your coverage shouldn't be. Trust the team that cares about your peace of mind. Call Janet E. at CHS Northwest Insurance Services in Fertile today at 701-371-6193. CHS Northwest Insurance Services of Fertile, because when it comes to insurance, precision matters.
The auto dealers of Ada are ready for fall with huge savings on all new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as huge savings on OEM parts and accessories. Lee Brothers Sales and Kelly's Chrysler Center have a nice selection of trucks, vans, SUVs, and cars, plus many fresh trade-ins and new 2026 models available for order. You can see all their inventory online at LeeBrosAdaMN.com and Kelly'sChryslerCenter.com, or stop in and talk to one of their friendly salespeople. The auto dealers of Ada, serving the Red River Valley and Lakes Country for over 90 years.
And eat fresh with the new Fresh Fit subs. All 4 are on the menu now.
Welcome back inside the pregame show tonight, being brought to you by Bidker Inc. 106.5 FM KRJB, yourliveevent.com. The Bidker Inc. pregame show. Fall into savings on vehicle and farm implement tires this month at Bidker Inc. Call Bidker Inc. at 456-SHOP. That's 218-456-7467. I'm Dawson Peterson, bringing you game number 1 tonight between the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons and the East Grand Forks Sacred Heart Eagles. As Fertile-Beltrami, they played Sacred Heart twice in the regular season. Of course, for Sacred Heart, they have just the one loss on the year. That came against Ada-Borup West earlier in the season. So Sacred Heart swept Fertile-Beltrami 3-0 in the regular season, and then 2-0 at the tournament at Walker Hackensack Akeley. It's time to get into our pregame pregame coaches interviews brought to you by the Georgetown Farmers Elevator as we look at our pregame conversations with head coach Carrie Sullley of the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. Head coach Carrie Sullley of Fertile-Beltrami joins us on the pregame show tonight. Carrie, a win against Black Duck in the previous round. Tell our listeners about it. You guys dropped the one set but came away with the win.
Yeah, it was really good excitement that night, and girls played well and played hard, and we had a few things to clean up, but we did that in sets 3 and 4 and put away the win, and it's a really fun atmosphere.
Oh, Black Duck, a scrappy group. What was the difference in that second set?
Yeah, second set we just kind of made some serving errors, just kind of some passing errors that were just kind of didn't really put the ball down, and they kind of took the momentum, and we kind of gave it to them, and they played hard, and it was very hard to get a ball down, but we rebounded for set 3 and 4.
You got Sacred Heart tonight, played them twice in the regular season, lost twice in the regular season, but the thing about that, they were all the way back in September. So what's different with your group now here in late October?
You know, we're really playing at a high level of volleyball right now, and I know other teams are as well, but pretty well-rounded, and we continue to hope to put that together each and every night. We see our team get better and better, so we want to keep that rolling.
It seems like you guys are kind of similar in the sense that you can attack from just about anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Sacred Heart is the same way, so they're very scrappy and got some big hitters and blockers, and we do as well, so it should be a good, clean match tonight.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Carrie. Good luck.
Awesome. Thanks for broadcasting.
And that was head coach Carrie Sullley of the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons joining us on the pregame show tonight with your pregame coaches interviews brought to you by Georgetown Farmers Elevator here on 106.5 FM KRJB and yourliveevent.com. You're tuned into the pregame show brought to you by Bitker Inc. Call Bitker Inc. at 218-456-7467. That's 456-SHOP at Bitker Inc. Oil change, tire repair, and new tires. Bitker Inc. located between Ada and Halstead. Game number 1 tonight in the Section 8A volleyball semifinals inside Lee Soccer Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Minnesota Crookston features the East Grand Forks Sacred Heart Eagles, the number 1 seed in the West subsection with a stellar regular season record, or now a record of 28-1 against the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, who are 23-6 on the season. Game number 2 will be Ada Borup West versus the Red Lake Falls Eagles, and of course we're carrying both matches tonight on KRJB and yourliveevent.com. The Bitker Inc. pregame show continues after this with more coverage from Crookston, and our Georgetown Farmers Elevator pregame coaches interviews continue after this on KRJB and yourliveevent.com.
Cooler weather is coming. Make sure your home stays cozy and efficient with blow-in insulation from Ada Building Center. Ada Building Center has received a huge truckload shipment of blow-in insulation. You'll now get better pricing and more ways to save. With every insulation purchase, the use of the blower is absolutely free. Lower your heating costs and keep those dollars in your pocket. Blow-in insulation. Now's the time to buy from Ada Building Center, Highway 200 East Edge, Ada.
Egg Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. Egg Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, Egg Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it. And always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
Winter is coming. Are you ready? At Agassi Sales, we'll help you build the snow removal fleet you need now. With Hyundai Construction Equipment Snow Lease Program, you'll get flexible financing, low monthly rates, and even the option of 6 months on, 6 months off. Plus, every machine is backed by our certified service department. Call Agassi Sales at 888-836-4029 or visit agassisales.com. Agassi Sales, your partner for power and reliability.
No matter the need, no matter the importance, Life Care Medical Center is here for you through it all. Find nurturing professionals providing personalized care and attention for parents and their newborns during the beginning of a new life. Find specialized surgeons giving life back to patients through a wide variety of outpatient and emergent surgeries. Find physical therapists guiding one through their most challenging times, but towards their best times. Find care close to home. Life Care Medical Center.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Could you use cash management tools for your farm or business? This is Nick Gordon with American Federal Bank in Ada. Please join our most successful customers in using our financial manager to help provide custom cash management solutions. These include Positive Pay, merchant services, sweeps, ACH, bill pay, wire transfers, and remote deposit. Stop by the bank today or give me a call at 784-7121. American Federal Bank in Ada, member FDIC.
Back here at Lee Soccer Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Minnesota Crookston. Game number 1 tonight features the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, the number 2 seed in the East subsection, taking on the number 1 seed in the West half, the East Grand Forks Sacred Heart Eagles. We continue our pregame coaches interviews brought to you by the Georgetown Farmers Elevator, and here's our conversation with head coach Emily Venasic of the Sacred Heart Eagles. Head coach Emily Venasic of the Sacred Heart Eagles joining us on the pregame show here tonight. And coach, first of all, congratulations on the win against Climax Fisher the other night. 3-0 sweep over the Knights, a team that played you guys tight in the regular season, but felt like the girls played a complete game against Climax Fisher, especially in that second set when you won 25-6.
Yeah, we had good energy and the girls were ready to play. They're gamers. They want to go, and waiting all day is probably the hardest part, to get to the match. But they're excited. They're ready to go, and Fisher was a great start.
What's the game day routine like today? Like you said, waiting for the match all day long. You're kind of sitting around, getting a little jittery, I guess. But what's it been looking like? Yeah,
they seem ready. They seem focused. We got on the bus kind of shortly after school there and headed here. So bus ride was pretty normal. They're relatively quiet bus riders, which is fine. And then, they seem good now. So I don't know yet.
Quiet in the bus ride and then noisy once you get in the locker room? Or?
Yeah. Usually they bring their music and they get ready that way. They have a routine.
Fertile-Beltrami, the opponent here in the section semifinals. You beat the Falcons twice in the regular season. And like you did with most groups, only the one loss on the year. But Fertile-Beltrami, much like you guys, a lot of hitters on the offensive attack.
Yeah, they bring a lot. We're going to need to be ready. Our hitters are going to need to be aggressive when they can be and covering themselves. And we need to cover our hitters. They block well. Yeah, we're just going to need to be ready. We're going to need to come out aggressive, passing well, so we can create that offense and just keep attacking. I think that'll be big for us.
Well, and sort of looking at the teams throughout the section here, and you guys, just the one loss on the year, how do you feel like Fertile-Beltrami compares with you guys?
I think we're fairly evenly matched. I think both very competitive teams. Carrie and I have both been coaching a really long time, and so, if you compare programs, I think we're very similar. We have, we do a lot of the same things well, and we're gonna, one team's gonna win tonight, but we're gonna need to both. I think it's gonna be a battle. So.
I was thinking about this on the drive over here with all the kills that you guys recorded the other night. When is the best time to swing and the best time to tip over a block?
That's a good question. You got to look at the score as a factor, right? Momentum is a factor. We want to be aggressive if we can. If the set's tight, that's going to change what you do with the ball. So, just our hitters being smart and doing what they can when they can is going to be important. So making sure we stay aggressive when we're able to swing, we need to swing. If we're getting blocked repeatedly, we got to find different ways. What's a different way you can kill the ball, and just find a way is kind of our motto.
Two aggressive teams on both sides of the net. So, Coach, congratulations. Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
And that was head coach Emily Venasic of the East Grand Forks Sacred Heart Eagles joining us on the pregame show with your pregame coaches interviews brought to you by the Georgetown Farmers Elevator, georgetownfarmers.com. Thank you for purchasing your seed and chemical and agronomy services from Georgetown Farmers Elevator, sponsoring our pregame coaches interviews here tonight. Well, like we said, with our conversation with Coach Venasic, the offensive attack the other night was outstanding for the Sacred Heart Eagles. Lexi Lawrence recording 17 kills. Lydia Risky had 10 kills. Adley Vignes and Bryn Stevens with 4 kills apiece. And like Fertile-Beltrami and Sacred Heart, very similar in the sense that they can go anywhere with their attack throughout the course of the game. They can attack from the front, the middle, the back row, either side, of course. And this should be a fun game between two teams that are very, very aggressive in attacking the volleyball with the Eagles and the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. We'll take a timeout, continue with our pregame show coverage in the Bitker Inc. pregame show. After this, we'll take a look at the rest of the Section 8A bracket and the other semifinal game coming up later tonight, and a peek at how both of these two teams got here, and even looking at our coverage coming up on Thursday inside the Fargo Dome with Section Championship football across the R&J Broadcasting Incorporated family of stations. The Bitker Inc. pregame show continues after this on 106.5 FM KRJB and yourliveevent.com.
I'm Molly, and I have lived here a little over 3 years now. I like the open spaces here and being able to go in and out. I like the fact that I don't have stairs or elevators. I just have most everything that I need close at hand.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Linforce Agency and Auto Owners Insurance care about the success of our local communities, businesses, and farms. We are cheering right alongside you for area students, athletes, and their achievements. We're here to celebrate your milestones and are with you through the unexpected. Our team of insurance agents is committed to helping you find a policy that fits your needs. At any of our locations, we will work with you to ensure that you and those you care about most are protected. Give us a call today at 218-435-6585 and check out our website at linforceagency.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Welcome back inside the pregame show tonight, brought to you by Bitker Inc. For your vehicles at Bitker Inc. Call them at 456-SHOP. That's 218-456-7467 for Bitker Inc., located between Ada and Halstead. Section semifinal volleyball tonight. Hello once again. I'm Dawson Peterson with tonight's game coverage. Kevin Kochman behind the camera here for game number 1, and then we're going to switch roles for game number 2 with Kevin on the call for Ada Borough West and Red Lake Falls, and I'll take my spot behind the camera. Let's take a look at how these two teams got here in the Section 8A playoffs with Sacred Heart and Fertile-Beltrami. Sacred Heart, the number 1 seed, beat the Stephen Argyle Storm 3-0 in the very first round. They beat Climax Fisher last Friday 3-0. The final scores were 25-16, 25-6, and 25-22, and that's how Sacred Heart got here to the semifinal round of the Section 8A volleyball tournament. For Fertile-Beltrami, Just 6 losses on the year. They beat Red Lake County Central 3-1. In the first round, they beat the Black Duck Drakes 3-1 last Friday. The scores with that one, the Falcons and the Drakes. Black Duck actually took, it was set 2 of that game. It went 25-16, 23-25, and then 25-12 and 25-17 as the Falcons would close it out behind a steady attack of Reese Brueggemann, who had 10 kills. Tessa Updahl had 6. So did Maya Erickson, and Madison Stunis had 6 kills as well. Fertile-Beltrami in that match against Black Duck as well. They had 13 ace serves, so the Drakes had a little trouble with the serve receive that night. Likely won't be the chance against East Grand Forks Sacred Heart. They're a very strong team. They don't make a ton of mistakes. 28-1. They're also very fast offensively, and they've got a setter named Finley Horkin, who is a very fast player, gets to every single ball in setting up her hitters, and most times makes the hard sets for some. They look easy for her, so Finley Horkin will be a player to watch here tonight. The second semifinal game tonight features the Ada Borup West Cougars and the Red Lake Falls Eagles. Coming up on Thursday with the section championship games from inside the Fargo Dome, we have the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, Kitson County Central and Stephen Argyle in game number 1 of the day from the Fargo Dome. That's the Section 8 9-man football game getting started at 2 o'clock. Radio coverage on KKCQ-AM, yourliveevent.com. Fertile-Beltrami versus the Foston Greyhounds at 4:30 in the Section 6 9-man game. That one at 4:30. 96.7 FM radio coverage and yourliveevent.com, of course. And then Mahnomen-Waban and Red Lake County will do battle at 7 o'clock. Again, the video stream with YLE and radio coverage on Gold 101.5 KRJM and 106.5 FM KRJB. So we've got championship football coming up on Thursday, and then we'll have championship volleyball on Friday between the 2 winners of these games here tonight. Game number 1, Fertile-Beltrami taking on the East Grand Forks Sacred Heart Eagles. This is the pregame show from Bidker Inc. And the final segments continue after this on 106.5 FM KRJB and yourliveevent.com.
At the Fertile-Beltrami School District, their vision is educating for success in an environment of learning, respect, and responsibility. Their mission is to ensure students learn through staff collaboration and a focus on results. The faculty and staff at the Fertile-Beltrami School District is proud of the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons athletics, academics, and fine arts. For more information on the Fertile-Beltrami School District, visit fertilebeltrami.k12.mn.us. For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Kyle Larson here for Franson Bank and Trust. We are a Farmer Mac approved lender that can offer operating lines of credit, land, equipment, and facility financing. Our lending experts understand the farm economy and climate in and around the Ada area. With a fast underwriting process and local decision making, you can save time on all farming and ag-related inquiries. Contact our Ada office today to learn more. Franson Bank and Trust, real people, real results. Member FDIC.
Gordon Construction of Mahnomen is a Native American-owned business proudly operating on the White Earth Indian Reservation since 1983. As a bonded general contractor, Gordon Construction provides years of experience in large, detailed, and within-budget projects. Gordon Construction is committed to the safety of its employees and the environment of its work sites. To learn more about Gordon Construction of Mahnomen, visit gcmahnomen.com or call 218-935-2191.
And welcoming the viewers back on yourliveevent.com inside Lee Soccer Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Minnesota Crookston. We've got semifinal volleyball tonight with East Grand Forks Sacred Heart taking on Fertile-Beltrami. It's game number 1 of the night. The winner off to the championship game on Friday, who will play the winner of Ada, Borup West, and Red Lake Falls. And it should be a fun night of volleyball tonight. I'm Dawson Peterson. Kevin Kochman behind the camera. Game number 2 will switch spots, or Kevin hasn't decided if he's going to leave his table or not. I'll stick behind mine, but we've got a great setup here at the University of Minnesota Crookston. Hunter Plant and the crew getting us set up atop the very top row of bleachers here in Crookston. This is the pregame show from Bidker Inc. Fall into savings on vehicle and farm implement tires this month at Bidker Inc. For all your vehicles at Bidker Inc. Call 456-SHOP. That's 218-456-7467. Your pregame coaches interviews tonight were brought to you by the Georgetown Farmers Elevator. Thanks for head coach Carrie Sullley of Fertile-Beltrami and the head coach of the Sacred Heart Eagles and Emily Venasic for joining us on the pregame show. The starting lineups from West Main Pizza of Ada and the Rail District in Dilworth are coming up next. We're going to take a timeout, honor America with the playing of our national anthem from I believe the Fertile-Beltrami Pep Band will get to do the honors here tonight. And then we'll be set for the starting lineups and the opening serve. Section semifinal volleyball. Game number 1 features Sacred Heart and Fertile-Beltrami on yourliveevent.com and on 106.5 FM KRJB.
Embrace the joy of community at Halsted Living Center and Heritage House in Halsted, where wonderful neighbors and energetic minds come together. If you're seeking more than just a place to call home, you found the right spot with Halsted Living Center and Heritage House. Whether your interests lie in music, agriculture, sports, or dancing, you'll find someone who shares your passion and expertise. Discover a fulfilling lifestyle filled with connection and celebration with Halsted Living Center and Heritage House in Halsted. Get more information by calling 218-456-2105 or log on to halstedlivingcenter.com.
Catch all the action of the fall postseason for Minnesota and North Dakota high school football and volleyball on yourliveevent.com.
Going down the field, it's picked off here from Kindred. Tanning Johnson to the 30, to the 25. Johnson, could he go? Yes, sir! A 45-yard pick six for
Takes it up, played high in the air by Horkin. Here's risky left side off of a touch. Kept alive Thornton. Now played high. Angle, Severson, smash! Count, good!
Check out the postseason schedule on yourliveevent.com.
Linforce Agency and Auto Owners Insurance care about the success of our local communities, businesses, and farms. We are cheering right alongside you for area students, athletes, and their achievements. We're here to celebrate your milestones and are with you through the unexpected. Our team of insurance agents is committed to helping you find a policy that fits your needs. At any of our locations, we will work with you to ensure that you and those you care about most are protected. Give us a call today at 218-435-6585 and check out our website at linforceagency.com.
At Life Care Medical Center, our employees are part of a team who care not only for the patients we serve, but for each other. With a wide range of opportunities, both medical and non-medical, Life Care is the perfect choice for those seeking a first job opportunity or a career transition. Beyond growing your career and thriving within our culture, experience highly competitive benefits as part of our Total Rewards program. Choose Life Care Medical Center.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Back here on yourliveevent.com, KRJB Radio. It's time now for your starting lineups, brought to you by West Main Pizza Ada and the Rail District in Dilworth. Here are the starters for the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. Senior number 1 is Tori Gorder. Senior number 2, Reese Brueggemann. Junior number 3, Bailey Iverson. Senior number 4 is Tessa Updahl. Junior number 5, Maya Erickson. Senior number 12, Madison Stunis. And the libero for the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons is sophomore number 7, and that's Jordan Rash. The head coach of the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons is Carrie Sullley in her 23rd season. She is assisted by Maggie Coette and Shelby Goodwin. Now for the Sacred Heart Eagles, continuing the starting lineups here tonight, and the starters for the East Grand Forks Sacred Heart Eagles with an overall record of 28-1. on the season, 23-1 in Section 8A play. And the one blemish on the record of the Sacred Heart Eagles came against the Ada Borup West Cougars all the way back in September. And of course, we'll see Ada Borup West take on Red Lake Falls later tonight in our second semifinal game of the evening. That'll start at approximately 7:30 here on KRJB and YourLiveEvent.com. Here are the starters for the East Grand Forks Sacred Heart Eagles as they announce them down on the floor here inside Lee Soccer Gymnasium on the University of Minnesota Crookston campus. For Sacred Heart, junior number 1, Finley Horkin. Sophomore number 5, Adley Vignes. Junior number 7 is Lydia Risky. Freshman number 8 is Stella Risky. Junior number 13, Lexi Lawrence. And the freshman number 15 is Bryn Stevens. The libero for East Grand Forks Sacred Heart, senior number 6 is Izzy Swickla. Head coach for the East Grand Forks Sacred Heart Eagles is Coach Emily Venasic in her 24th season. Her assistant coaches are Ellen Hemsing and Tamara Ramirez. So for Sacred Heart, Horkin, Vignes, Risky, that's Lydia and Stella. Lawrence and Stevens, the libero is Swickla. For the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, Gorder, Brueggemann, Iverson, Updahl, Erickson, and Stunis, and the libero for Fertile-Beltrami is number 7 in Jordan Rash. Fertile-Beltrami on our right-hand side in the dark blue, red and white uniforms, and East Grand Forks Sacred Heart on the left side as we see it up here at the very top bleacher from Lee Soccer Gymnasium. Sacred Heart in their all black uniforms, and Eagles across the chest with the numerals trimmed in gold. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dawson Peterson, Kevin Kochman behind the camera here for game number 1 on KRJB 106.5 FM, as well as on YourLiveEvent.com, broadcasting from the Laura Tweeten Thrivent Financial broadcast booth for semifinal volleyball tonight, the Section 8A volleyball semifinals. The winner of this game between Fertile-Beltrami and Sacred Heart will play the winner of Ada Borup West and Red Lake Falls in the section championship on Friday, right back here at UMC. Down to the Final Four. Can you believe it? Here at the end of the fall sports season, and championship football coming up on Friday. A little official down on the floor just rolled the volleyball. Okay, they're rolling it to the guys down in the corner. Looks like Noah Mallon on one side, Aaron Norland on the other. Controlling the game balls here tonight. We are set to go, and Fertile-Beltrami will have the opening serve as Reese Brueggemann goes back to the service line from right to left. The Falcons had 13 ace serves in the quarterfinals against Black Duck last Friday. The senior Brueggemann gets us set to go. A nice crowd on hand for semifinal volleyball tonight. Brueggemann from the center of the service line from right to left goes into the back row. Swickla, Horkin, far side pass to Lydia Risky, tipped over a block. Stunis, Gorder into the middle and down for a kill. First point of the night. That's Maya Erickson with her first kill. So Fertile-Beltrami gets on the scoreboard first. Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard 1-0. Brueggemann back-to-back serves. Arching serve sent to the back row. Pass goes to Finley Horkin. Far side set Lydia Risky, and it's blocked, but blocked out of bounds. And a point for Sacred Heart and Lydia Risky as we get tied up at 1 apiece. Finley Horkin last Friday against Climax Fisher, 27 assists. And she's back at the service line. One serving one and into the net. Horkin goes into the net for a service error, 2-1. Fertile-Beltrami, slim advantage here in set number 1. And Maya Erickson back at the service line, sends it away from right to left. Spins it in her left hand, sends it across to Swickla in the back row. Didn't have a chance at the serve receiver. It's an ace serve. Maya Erickson with the ace serve, and it's 3-1 Fertile-Beltrami early here in set 1. Right to left serve again, sharply to the back. Swickla Lawrence all the way in the back row. Swickla at the very back line, bumps it across with the third. Gorder into the middle, tipped over by Updahl. Nice save in the back row by Lawrence, and back across by Risky. Here comes Fertile-Beltrami again. Gorder, Stunis off the deflection. Swickla the dig in the back row. Horkin into the front, down the line. Risky off the top of the tape. Fertile-Beltrami trying to play on, tipped over and down. And Risky's going to get her second kill of the night. And Fertile-Beltrami, I think they thought it was off the top of the net or the antenna. And now the line judge on the far side is going to have a conversation with the official down on the floor. I think she's saying that that ball hit the antenna, maybe not. And it's going to be, and Finley Horkin comes over to the up judge on the near side to have a conversation, and it's going to be a point for Fertile-Beltrami. The Falcons are going to take a 4-1 lead. Fertile-Beltrami players kind of stopped midway through that rally. Thought it hit the candy cane colored antenna across the way. It did. As the line judge conferred with the official down on the floor, it's 4-1 Fertile-Beltrami. Maya Erickson from right to left, and the Falcons can't take advantage as she sends it out the back door. Too strong, 4-2. The first service error against Fertile-Beltrami tonight. And Lydia Risky back to the service line for Sacred Heart, down by a pair of points from left to right. Serve goes to Stunis in the back, pass up front. Iverson near side, Updahl with the big swing. Covered up by the Eagles, far side. Lawrence with the cut shot, and it's on the line. Lexi Lawrence gets her first kill of the night. Had 17 last Friday night against the Climax Fisher Knights in the 3-0 win. Lydia Risky, 4 serving 3, make it 3 serving 4. Pass up front, Iverson back to Updahl. Sacred Heart keeps it in the air. Tiptoeing the midline is Horkin, back across. Here comes Fertile-Beltrami with Gorder, a back set to Iverson. Dug out in the back row. Swickla sizes it up on the back line. Lawrence from 10 feet. Back across to Fertile-Beltrami. Middle, Updahl, tip, and down. And Tessa Updahl with her first kill. And Fertile-Beltrami goes in front by 2, 5-3. Rotating on for the first time tonight, Miley Flathammer, the junior, takes her spot in the front row, and Bailey Iverson at the service line. 5 serving 3. Falcons by a pair off the top of the tape, and it's an ace serve. And the ace serve for Bailey Iverson makes it 6-3. Risky in the back corner, couldn't handle it. 6-3, Fertile-Beltrami by 3 in set 1. Second ace serve of the set. Iverson right to left again, picking on Risky in the back row. Horkin, far side. Lawrence had to adjust. Stunis digs it out to the libero Rash. Back to Stunis up front, off the deflection. Horkin on the near side, far side. Lawrence, Stunis another dig. Iverson. Flathammer tips it across. Sacred Heart setting it up with Horkin back to the near side. Risky sends it across. Iverson the dig. Brueggemann in the back row. Stunis from 9 feet slaps it across. Horkin from 10 feet passes to Lawrence left side and out of bounds on the near side. And it's 7-3 Fertile-Beltrami by 4. Off the hitting error by Lexi Lawrence on the far side of the floor. So Fertile-Beltrami, who lost 3-0 in the regular season and 2-0 in a tournament at Walker, up 7-3 here in set 1. Horkin, middle, blocked, covered up, back across, and a whistle and a lift called against Sacred Heart. 8-3, a block in the middle by Fertile-Beltrami. They're in front by a handful, and a timeout called by the East Grand Forks Sacred Heart Eagles, down by 5 here in set number 1. Timeouts brought to you by Freedom Fuel and Shine in Ada. We're back after this on KRJB and YourLiveEvent.com.
We're going to talk some seed here with Eric from Performance Ag. What's the details on the seed available?
We carry Rob Seco Integra seed as our flagship through Wilbur Ellis. We carry them all: sugar beets, corn, soybeans, wheat. I mean, there's not a crop that they want to grow that I can't get. Like we like to say at Performance Ag, we don't want all the business, just yours. So the best way to reach me is my cell number. It's 701-799-0356. 701-799-0356.
Back here on 106.5 FM KRJB and YourLiveEvent.com. Fertile-Beltrami in front here by a handful of points in set 1, 8-3. Semifinals of the Section 8A Volleyball Tournament Iverson has the serve. Falcons on top of Sacred Heart. Right to left serve. Sharply into the back row, and it's another ace serve. The second of the set already for Iverson. Fertile-Beltrami had 13 ace serves against Blackduck in the quarterfinals. 3 so far tonight, 9-3. Fertile-Beltrami set 1. Iverson again, little jump serve from the center of the line. To the back, Swickla, Horkin, Lawrence, dig, Iverson, back towards the middle, flat hammer stumbling around by the scorer's table, back across to Sacred Heart. Horkin goes to Lawrence, tipped over, Stunis a diving effort, but she can't keep it in the air. And Sacred Heart gets the point, makes it 9-4. That stops a 5-0 Fertile-Beltrami scoring run here in set 1. Izzy Swickla at the service line, left to right. Eagles looking for a long run here. Iverson on the far side to Opdahl in the middle. Big right-handed swing, but it's out of bounds. And it's 9-5, back-to-back points for East Grand Forks Sacred Heart as they cut it to 4. First set, Swickla again, 5 serving 9. Into the back row to Rash. Iverson, back set, Stunis on the right side. That was deflected as the volleyball sort of changed direction, and they're not going to get a tip, though. It's out of bounds. And it's 9-6. Sacred Heart with 3 straight points, and they're within 3 here in set 1. Swickla again, off the top of the tape, and an ace serve. And it's 9-7 as Sacred Heart gets it back to within 2. Coming out of that timeout from Freedom Fuel and Shine and Ada. Stunis back row, Rash trying to get to it, and she can't. And now it's 9-8. 5 straight points now for Sacred Heart. Swickla, a nice run here at the service line, and exactly what the doctor ordered for Sacred Heart, and that's an ace serve. Fertile-Beltrami let it go. Inside the line in the back left corner, the third ace serve for Swickla, and just like that, we are tied at 9. And Coach Carrie Sullley will take a timeout. We'll take it with them. We're back in 30 seconds on KRJB and YourLiveEvent.com.
Farmers, are you shopping for a bank that has many flexible options tailored to fit your farm's unique financing needs? Franzen Bank is an approved Farmer Mac lender, meaning they can offer long-term, fixed-rate loans on equipment, land, operating lines of credit, and more. Being a Farmer Mac approved lender also means Franzen Bank can get you a decision quickly. Learn more at franzenbank.com/farmermac. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC.
Hey, welcome back inside Lee Soccer Gymnasium, campus of the University of Minnesota Crookston. Dawson Peterson alongside Kevin Kochman behind the camera. Game number 1, section semifinals, section 8A volleyball. Knotted at 9 between Fertile-Beltrami and East Grand Forks Sacred Heart. The Eagles have scored 5 straight points. Izzy Swickla at the line for the Eagles. All the way to the back row. Rash, Stunis on the far right side. Brueggemann cross bumps it over into the back row. Pass to Finley Horkin. Far side, Lawrence, big right-handed hammer. Dug out by Rash, who goes down to her knees. Iverson waves everybody off, sends it back across. Near side, Horkin, right back to the well, and Lawrence. And that's a point. No, it's went into the net for Lawrence, I beg your pardon. And a point for Fertile-Beltrami. We've got the angle right down the line here of the volleyball net as Fertile-Beltrami takes the point. 10 serving 9. Stunis from right to left. Horkin, middle, right hand, tip. Stunis covers it up off the right-handed attack, that time by Vignes. Back over and down for a kill. It's Tessa Opdahl that time. 11-9. A second kill for Tessa Opdahl. Madison Stunis, 11 serving 9 for Fertile-Beltrami into the back row. Horkin goes screaming to the back. Passes to Lawrence, across, dug out by Brueggemann. Iverson, back row attack. Stunis sends it all the way. Free ball back across, tipped over. Here comes Sacred Heart. Horkin from 10 feet. Lawrence with the right hand. Tipped by Fertile-Beltrami. They play it near side. Brueggemann tipped over with 2 hands. Back row Swickla. Cross court pass. Lawrence down the line. Iverson back towards the middle. Stunis sets up flat hammer on the far side. Nice swing. but dug out easily by the Eagles. Lawrence over a block. Here comes Fertile-Beltrami again. Iverson, Brueggemann winds up off the top of the tape, covered up by Horkin. Swickla back to Lawrence, going right to her, cross court. Brueggemann is there as Fertile-Beltrami plays it nicely. Pushed by Stunis from right to left, quick set, Horkin, and Lawrence finally puts it away. Lexi Lawrence with her third kill. Fifth assist by way of Finley Horkin, and it's a 1-point game in set one, 11-10. Fertile-Beltrami with the slim advantage. Claire Adolfson goes back to the service line for Sacred Heart. Center of the line. Standstill serve. It's away. Stunis into the back row, up to the net. Iverson dumps it across, trying to get him out of system a little bit. And now they're going to say that Fertile-Beltrami was across the net. And a point for Sacred Heart, 11-11. They were signaling the violation against Fertile-Beltrami. Sacred Heart fans didn't cheer until they pointed that it was a point for the Eagles, and it's 11-11. Serve away. Iverson back set, Updahl right hand, and down for a kill. Adolfson and Swickla just look at each other on who was going to take it. It's a point for Fertile-Beltrami. The Falcons up by 1, 12-11. And Jordan Rash, the Falcons libero at the service line. Right to left serve is away. A tumbling serve sent to Swickla in the back row, up to Horkin. Lawrence the right hand, had 17 kills on Friday. Dug out by Iverson. Stunis pushes it. Horkin back to Lawrence. That pass a little off the mark. Brueggemann covers it up, pops it high into the air. Iverson goes back to Brueggemann. She gets blocked, covered up by Rash. Fertile-Beltrami on the attack on the far side. The pass was off the mark. Sent Fladhammer towards the antenna across the way. And a point for Sacred Heart as we're knotted at 12 here in set number one. Sacred Heart has the serve, tied at 12. Number 13, Lexi Lawrence. Right-handed serve is away. Iverson near side and blocked out of bounds. That's a kill for Maya Erickson back into the rotation here. And Fertile-Beltrami in front by 1, 13-12. Tori Gorder back onto the floor. Gorder from right to left, ready with the serve. A senior jump serve from the center. High arching serve sent to the back row. Pass goes to Horkin on the near side. Far side pass. Lydia Risky dug out by Rash. Diving effort. Stunis all the way from the back. Bumps it over. Horkin. Then she dumps it across. Oh, what an effort by Fertile-Beltrami. They're playing on. And a point for Sacred Heart. Falcon fans on the near side were jacked up. Fertile-Beltrami couldn't keep it in the air. Great effort by the Falcons to keep it up, but it's a point for Sacred Heart, and we're tied at 13. And Kayla Benson rotates on for the first time for Sacred Heart. The final four here in the semifinals. Did you expect anything less? Benson from left to right, Stunis into the back row, Gorder near side, Iverson dug out, Horkin far side, Stunis another dig in the back, Gorder a back set, Iverson, and the pass was off the mark. She goes into the net. 14-13, Sacred Heart in front by 1. And this is the first lead of the night for Sacred Heart at all. This is the first lead for the Eagles. 14-13. Left to right, Benson, and it's doesn't last very long. It's a service error out of bounds on the far side. Second service error of the set against Sacred Heart. And we're tied at 14. Reese Brueggemann at the service line for Fertile-Beltrami. 14 all. Set one. Right to left sharply into the back row. Pass goes up to Horkin. Far side. Lydia Risky. Out of bounds. Nope. Tipped by Fertile-Beltrami. The line judge said it was tipped. And it's Lydia Risky with her third kill. Sixth assist by Finley Horkin. And it's 15-14. Sacred Heart takes the advantage back. Stella Risky rotates back on for Sacred Heart. Finley Horkin back at the service line. The junior takes a deep breath. Jump serve from the center. Sends it across. Rash, Gorder, middle. Erickson off the touch. Back to Lawrence. Horkin takes it in the inside the 10-foot line. Risky sends it back across. Lydia Risky with kill number 4. From about 12 feet away, and it's 16-14. Back-to-back points for Sacred Heart. And the Eagles in front by a pair. Horkin 16 serving 14. Gorder near side. Stunis off the touch, and that's a kill for Madison Stunis, her first. And Fertile-Beltrami makes it a 1-point game here in set one, 16-15. And Maya Erickson, who has a service ace, back at the service line, down by 1, 15-16. Short serve, played by Swickla. Running up, pops it in the air to Horkin. Back set to the near side. Risky goes to the corner. Dug out by Gorder. Near side, Stunis off the touch. Dug out by Risky, back into the middle, and another dig off the Stevens swing. Back to Stunis on the left side, down the line. Lawrence ready and waiting. Horkin, cross-court pass, Lydia Risky, and deflected out of bounds. And it's the 5th kill for Lydia Risky. 17-15, and just like that, Sacred Heart, who hasn't led all night, took the lead at 14-13, and now they lead 17-15 in set number 1. Lydia Risky, 17 serving 15. Stunis pass a little off the mark, back to the near side. Updahl falling away. Horkin is there, back to Swickla, pushed across by Risky to the very back. Rash back pedaling, Iverson into the middle, Updahl, and it's out of bounds. And no touch from Sacred Heart, and it's 18-15. Updahl with a big right-handed swing, too much on it. And Sacred Heart making a run here in the latter half of the first set to lead by 3. 18 serving 15. Iverson, Stunis trying to get that point back, and they do. So the Falcons, Johnny on the spot that time to get the point. They cut it to a 2-point game, 18-16. Flathammer rotates back on. Iverson back at the service line from right to left. 16 serving 18. Falcons down by 2. Swickla back middle. Horkin near side. Lawrence on the line. And Lexi Lawrence with her 4th kill, and it's 19-16. A couple times Lawrence has missed her spot. Came back to the cut shot on the near side. Hits the line, 19-16, now 20-16 as Swickla gets her 4th ace serve of the set. And a timeout called by Carrie Sullley and the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. Timeouts brought to you by Freedom Fuel and Shine in Ada on Highway 9 in Ada. Open 24 hours, the fastest fuel pumps and a car wash at Freedom Fuel, Highway 9 in Ada. It's 20-16, Sacred Heart by 4 in set 1. We're back after this.
You finally found the perfect car in Racing Blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Rivers Edge Insurance Agency, Halstead, 218-456-2172.
Keep going. More.
Back here on 106.5 FM KRJB, yourliveevent.com. Streaming online, rjbroadcasting.com, RNJ radio app. Available on the Google Play or Apple App Store. Sacred Heart in front here in the late stages of set 1, 20-16. Swickla has the serve for the Eagles. Arching serve sent to Rash in the back row. Iverson back set, far side. Stunis down the line, out of bounds. And the line judge a little indecisive for the moment. Looked like she was going to point the flag down. Some moans and groans from Falcon fans on the near side, and Sacred Heart in front by 5 to the back row. Rash, Iverson from about 5 feet, pushed over by Updahl. Swickla playing center field, ranges to her left. A back set sent across. Brueggemann, Iverson calls for it. Stunis looking for a point. Good touch by Sacred Heart to get a hand on it. Horkin, far side. Lawrence off the deflection, and it's 22-16. Sacred Heart by 6. The 10th assist from Finley Horkin, the 5th kill by Lexi Lawrence, and the Eagles are 3 points away from taking set 1. Took their first lead of the set, 14-13. Iverson into the middle, Updahl covered up by the Eagles. Lawrence tries to tip it down, but she goes into the net, 22-17, puts her hands on her head in disappointment, but they're still in front by 5 points here late in set 1. And Madison Stunis for Fertile-Beltrami looking for a long run here at the service line. Right to left, back row, pass to Horkin, back to the well, Lawrence, and another kill. It's exactly what Sacred Heart did against Climax Fisher last Friday. It's 23-17. Lexi Lawrence caught fire in the second set. They slowed down a little bit in the third, but they would end up sweeping the Knights 3-0. Claire Adolphson from left to right. Serve is away. Iverson up front into the middle, and Flathammer couldn't tip it across. 24-17. And this is set point for Sacred Heart. They're on a 6-1 scoring run. Adolfson at the service line from the center. Standstill serve is away from left to right, near side. Brueggemann, flat hammer up near the up judge, tipped over by Iverson. Horkin dumps it over. Set one is done. 25-17, the final on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard after a ball that gets dumped across by Finley Horkin, the stellar setter for Sacred Heart. And the Eagles take set number one by a final score of 25-17. The in-between sets report from the Linfors Insurance Agency. Locations in Foston, Bagley, Clearbrook, Mahnomen, Fertile, and Ada coming up next on KRJB and YourLiveEvent.com.
Accidents happen. Illnesses happen. When you need timely, reliable care for allergies or respiratory infections, sprains, strains, or broken bones, or urinary infections, you can count on Riverview Health. Riverview Clinic in Crookston is open 7 days a week, weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and weekends from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. For appointments, call 218-281-9595. When the unexpected happens, Riverview Health is here for you.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Mutual insurance companies have been offering insurance coverage at reasonable rates for over a century. This coverage helps encourage loss prevention and control costs. Today, local mutuals are leaders in the farm and home insurance industry and offer coverage to meet your needs. Your local mutual can provide the service you want and the protection you deserve. Contact your local mutual today. Garfield Farmers Mutual Fire Insurance Company in Fertile, 218-945-6941.
Founded upon our Benedictine heritage of prayer and work, Sacred Heart Catholic School promotes faith in Jesus Christ, educates youth, and ministers to all. At Sacred Heart, it's not just about education, but about the formation of the person, mind, body, and soul. By living each day the Eagle Way, today's students will become tomorrow's leaders. To learn more about the Sacred Heart School or to view activity schedules, teachers' pages, and more, visit sacredheartegf.net.
We welcome you back. YourLiveEvent.com, KRJB 106.5 FM. Sacred Heart takes set number one by a final score of 25-17. This is your in-between sets report from the Linfors Insurance Agency. Fertile-Beltrami held the lead for more than half of that first set. They led actually Sacred Heart took their first lead of the set, 14-13. Hung on to it, clung to the 2-point lead at 17-15, and then Sacred Heart closed it out on a 9-2 run. Lexi Lawrence began to heat up later in the set, recording 6 kills. Lydia Risky had 5. Finley Horkin with 11 assists. Fertile-Beltrami's Tessa Updahl had 3 kills, and Madison Stunis and Maya Erickson both with 2. In between sets report brought to you by the Linfors Insurance Agency. Visit with your nearest agency of the Linfors Insurance Agency. Linfors, your insurance source since 1937. Linfors Insurance, linforsinsurance.com. Finley Horkin has the serve for Sacred Heart from left to right here in set 2. Rash into the back row, back set. Iverson tried to send it cross court, missed it into the net. And it's 1-0 Sacred Heart starting here in game 2. Sacred Heart, just the one loss on the season, came to Ada Borup West back in September. Serve to the back row, tough receive. Stunis gets it back towards the middle, bumped over by Gorder. Here comes Sacred Heart. Horkin, cross-court pass, Risky pushes. Stunis is there, into the middle. Erickson with the right hand, off the tip, and that's a kill for Maya Erickson, her third. So Fertile-Beltrami led a very large portion of that first set. We're up 9-4, tied at 9-9. Now tied here early, 1-1. Into the back row, Horkin Middle, nice dig in the back off the Stevens swing. Near side, Stunis, Swickla the diving save, didn't quite get up to the rafters. Lawrence back by the wall, sent back across by Horkin of Sacred Heart. Gorder, Updahl, middle, another dig by Horkin. Lawrence to the far side, risky over the block, and it's down for a kill. The 6th kill for Lydia Risky, tipping it over, and we ask Coach Venasic in the pregame show, when's a good time to tip the volleyball and when's the best time to swing at it? That time the best option was a tip. It's 2-1. Sacred Heart by 1. Updahl, middle. Rather near side, up to Horkin. Pushed over, high into the air. Iverson is there. Gorder from 9, and Updahl sends the right-handed swing into the net, and Sacred Heart, just like that, they're in front by a pair, 3-1. Set 2. Lydia Risky, left hand, up with the left, across with the right. Rash, Iverson across. Off the second touch, Swickla. Back over. Stunis. Gorder back to Stunis on the left side. Blocked, covered up nicely by Rash. Backs it to the far side. Iverson sends it back over. Swickla, far side pass. Lawrence cross court. Stunis is there. Brueggemann went down to her knees, hopped up onto her feet. Updahl back across. Horkin. Lawrence from 7. Over a block. A chance for Fertile-Beltrami to get a big swing. Stunis will have it with the right hand. Out of bounds. 4-1, Sacred Heart by 3. Set number 1, the Eagles took the first set 25-17. It's 4-1 here in set 2. Risky from left to right. Brueggemann down to her knee on the receive. Stunis a back set. Updahl dig in the back. Quick return. Out of bounds. 4-2. And Tessa Updahl will get credited with the kill. Miley Flathammer rotates on for Fertile-Beltrami. Gorder takes his seat. Bailey Iverson at the service line from right to left. Into the net. Service error. 5-2 Sacred Heart. The second service error of the night against Fertile-Beltrami. Sacred Heart had 2 in the opening game. Izzy Swickla at the service line for Sacred Heart. Left to right serve. 5 serving 2. Rash into the back row. Iverson a back set. Stunis. Diving dig by Swickla. Tipped back across by Lawrence on the far side. Back row. Brueggemann cross bumps it over. Horkin back to Lawrence. Tipped over. Updahl was there. Diving save by Flathammer to the back row and pushed over for a kill. That's Tessa Updahl with her 5th. And it's 6-2. Set up by the diving save by Miley Flathammer. Make it 5-3. I beg your pardon. Set 2. And Madison Stunis at the service line for Fertile-Beltrami, right to left back row. Swickla, Horkin from 10 feet, off one leg, sends it to Lawrence, tipped. And it's another kill for Lexi Lawrence. Iverson had the save for the moment on the pancake dig. And it's 6-3. Sacred Heart by 3 in set 2. Claire Adolfson back to the service line. 6 serving 3. Left to right serve. Sacred Heart by 3. Far side. Updahl off the receive. Iverson. Brueggemann on the near side. She got blocked. And that was Adley Vignes with the block that time. And Sacred Heart in front 7-3. 4-point game set 2. Adolfson, another serve back row. Rash. Iverson, Brueggemann on the left, tipped across. Horkin back to Lawrence, big wind up, tips it over. And another kill for Lexi Lawrence. She's got 9, and it's 8-3, and a Fertile-Beltrami timeout from Freedom Fuel and Shine on Highway 9 in Ada. All Sacred Heart here in set 2, 8-3. It's a 5-point lead on KRJB and YourLiveEvent.com. TDS Fertilizer and Fertile, 218-945-6021. They're your one-stop shop for all your agronomic needs. They sell more than 3 different types of corn and soybean brands, both regional and national, also selling dry and liquid fertilizer, all varieties of Westbred wheat, public varieties, and they also sell chemical. TDS Fertilizer has always been committed to creating new opportunities and higher levels of service for their customers, and they are truly focused on growing with you and your agribusiness. Back here inside Lee Soccer Gymnasium, campus of the University of Minnesota, Crookston. I'm Dawson Peterson with Kevin Kochman behind the camera, bringing you live game coverage of the Section 8A volleyball semifinals. Match number 1 tonight, Fertile-Beltrami versus Sacred Heart. Right now it's Sacred Heart up 1-0. Won the first set 25-17 and in control of the second here 8-3. Claire Adolphson at the line for Sacred Heart. Fertile-Beltrami looking for a long run here of points, trying to get the Eagles off the service line. Brueggemann, a tough angle, got it across. Far side, tipped over by Lawrence. Rash back across on the third. Here's Horkin, back to Lawrence. Right-handed swing and another kill. And Fertile-Beltrami having a tough time defending Lexi Lawrence of Sacred Heart. She's tipped it over a couple times. Certainly has the power to send it through the block. That's her 9th kill of the night already, and it's 9-3 Sacred Heart here in game 2. Sunis, Iverson, that's a lift. And it's 10-3. Sacred Heart by 7 in set 2. Fertile-Beltrami led most of that first set before Sacred Heart took their first lead 14-13. Now the Eagles lead by 7. Iverson near side. Brueggemann needing a point, and they got it. 10-4, and Reese Brueggemann winds up and gets her first kill of the night. And it's a 6-point game, and here's Jordan Rash, the Falcons' libero, a sophomore. From right to left on the far right side of the service line. Up with the left hand, across with the right. Pass to Horkin, goes back to Lawrence, outside, out of bounds. 10-5. East Grand Forks Sacred Heart, when they get Lexi Lawrence going, they just continue to send the volleyball her way. She's out of bounds on that one. Here's a 10-5 serve. Out of bounds. Now it's 11-5 off the service error by Jordan Rash of Fertile-Beltrami. Sacred Heart in front by 6, and Lawrence heads back to the service line. 11 serving 5. Just a junior for Sacred Heart. Short serve. Brueggemann down to a knee. Iverson from 12 feet sets up Erickson on the left side. Swickla, tough pass. Horkin tipped back over by Erickson and sent into the net. And Maya Erickson blocks it down, and it's 11-6 here in set 2. Falcons within 5. Just a handful of points the difference here in set 2. Tori Gorder back to the service line from right to left. Right-handed serve is away. The high arching serve. Lawrence an awkward receive. Horkin sends it back to the middle. Cross bump, risky. Here's a chance for Fertile-Beltrami. Iverson, Erickson down for a kill. Maya Erickson from the center. Makes it 11-7. 6th assist by Bailey Iverson. 5th kill for Maya Erickson. And Tori Gorder back at the service line in a 4-point game for Fertile-Beltrami. 7-11. Up front, Horkin, risky, dug out by Stunis in the back. And Rash, and a 2-hit violation. Well, no, a lift called against her, Tori Gorder, and it's 12-7. She was backpedaling, ran into Bailey Iverson. Bumped into her, and it got awkward, and she got called for a lift, and it's 12-7. Sacred Heart in front by a handful. Kayla Benson at the service line for the Eagles from left to right, and off the top of the tape. The volleyball took a whole rotation and then fell down on the side of the floor for Sacred Heart. It's the first service error of the set against the Eagles, and now a 4-point game. Sacred Heart still in front, 12-8. Swickla rotates back on for the Eagles. Reese Brueggemann awaits the signal for the go-ahead at the service line, down by 4 for Fertile-Beltrami. From the center, serve is across. Swickla, near side, Horkin racing to the near sideline, back across, and it'll end up being a kill for Claire Adolphson. All she could do on the third touch was just hit it over, and Fertile-Beltrami couldn't control, and it's 13-8. Sacred Heart by 5. Stella Risky back on. Finley Horkin from left to right, 13 serving 8. Into the back row, Rash, and an ace serve. Rash played it. Gorder hit the deck to try and receive it as well. And it's 14-8, 6-point Sacred Heart lead, set 2. Eagles control the match 1-0. Into the back row, Gorder, pass up front. Iverson sets up Stunis, tips it over with the left hand. Horkin pops it in the air. Lawrence passes it to Risky. Risky sends it to Rash, who digs it out. Stunis on the near side, and she got blocked by Stella Risky, and it's 15-8. Sacred Heart in front now by 7. Third block of the set for East Grand Forks Sacred Heart, and the Eagles are in control. Horkin from left to right. Rash, Iverson, tough back set. Erickson off one leg, puts it away. Now 15-9, Fertile-Beltrami trying to chip away at the deficit. Love a little stretch of points here, get it to 15-12, maybe 15-13. Extremely difficult to put those kind of scoring runs together against a really tough Sacred Heart team. Horkin, back set, risky, out of bounds, off the line, Judge. And she was standing out of bounds. And it's a point for Fertile-Beltrami, 15-10. It was close. And it's Erickson from the near left side of the service line. Nope. Or no, it was a point for Sacred Heart. Fertile-Beltrami touched it. So that should make it 16-8. And Coach Carrie Sullley getting an explanation from the official on the floor, maybe 16-9. And still chatting with the official on the floor across the way. And Fertile-Beltrami on the right side of the scorer's table from our vantage point on yourliveevent.com. So the point goes to Sacred Heart. Rash runs on the libero. It's 16-9. Eagles by 7 here in set 2. They lead the match 1-0. Risky to the back. Too strong. 16-10. Service error. Second service error of the set. Miley Flathammer rotates back on. Gorder goes off, and Bailey Iverson back to the service line. 6-point game, set 2. Eagles in front, 16-10. Right to left serve, into the back row. Pass to Horkin, into the middle, right hand. Stevens got blocked, and it's a point for Fertile-Beltrami. Updahl is there. 16-11. 5-point game now, set 2. Winner plays the winner of Ada-Borup West and Red Lake Falls in our second game of the night. Iverson from right to left sharply. Horkin at the front of the net, into the middle, and another block. It's Updahl again. Pumping her fist, and it's 16-12 as Fertile-Beltrami cuts it to a 4-point game. Iverson 12, serving 16 from the center of the line. Back row, diving receive, gallivanting to the near side, and the third is bumped across. Iverson tipped over, and another kill. It's Tessa Updahl again, has her fingerprints all over these last couple of points. 16-13, and that'll force a timeout from Sacred Heart. Freedom Fuel and Shine and Ada timeout. 16-13. The Sacred Heart lead has dwindled to 3. We're back in 30 seconds on KRJB and yourliveevent.com.
Visser Grading is the official grader of Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Bruce and Adam thank the area townships for the continued relationship and the opportunity to blade and grade the area township roads. Visser Grading keeps the roads safe for your travels, and they ask everyone to please drive safe and report any problems to keep everyone else safe as well. For grading services, contact Bruce Visser at 218-415-0191.
Freedom Fuel and Shine and Ada timeout. 16-13. Fertile-Beltrami within 3 of Sacred Heart here in set 2. They've scored 3 straight. Coach Venasic took the TO. Iverson at the service line from right to left. Oh, and a service error that goes straight into the net. And then service error that comes at a tough time for Fertile-Beltrami in a 4-point game here in set 2. Swickla at the line now for Sacred Heart. 17 serving 13, the senior libero. Stunis in the back, Iverson into the middle. Updahl tips it down. And Tessa Updahl says, no worries, I got it. Another kill for Tessa. That's her 8th kill of the night, and it's 17-14. The Sacred Heart lead back to 3. Stunis, serve. Lawrence back row. Horkin. Back to Lawrence, over a block, another chance for Fertile-Beltrami. Iverson, the set was off the mark. Updahl swung it back over. Pregame was under the net. And it's a 4-hit call anyway against Fertile-Beltrami, and the lead back to 4 for Sacred Heart. And that early scoring run by Sacred Heart proving to be the advantage here in set 2. The Eagles went up 8-3. Now it's 18-14, left to right serve. Fertile-Beltrami, Iverson from 8 feet. Back set, Updahl powers up, puts it down. 18-15, Tessa Updahl again. Her 9th kill, 9th assist by Bailey Iverson, 18-15. 3-point game, set 2. Sacred Heart leads the match 1-0. Jordan Rash right to left serve for Fertile-Beltrami, and another service error at an inopportune time for Fertile-Beltrami. Their 4th service error of the set, and it's 19-15, and those 4 service errors the difference so far in game 2. Lexi Lawrence at the service line, 19 serving 15. Across with the right hand, Bruggeman down to her knees, sends it to Iverson, who goes to Erickson, and the volleyball pinballs around, and Lawrence a diving effort back across. Bruggeman to the near side. Swickla the save in the back row. Far side pass, Risky dumps it across. Bruggeman, Iverson, back set, flat hammer, a kill. Miley Flathammer from the right side. Boy, what an effort by Lexi Lawrence in the back row. But Fertile-Beltrami, the benefactors of the swing that time by way of Miley Flathammer, makes it 19-16. Falcons within 3. Here's Gorder. Back row Lawrence. Finley Horkin from 8 feet sends it to Risky on the far side, puts it down. And it's Lydia Risky with kill number 7, 20-16, and the 16th assist by Finley Horkin. When Horkin, you want to say when she gets that clean pass, that set is usually on time and on target every time. Even when that pass is off the mark, Horkin does such a nice job. Fertile-Beltrami middle. Erickson tipped it over. Horkin cross court, and that time, sort of falling away. Announcers jinx, little off the mark on the set, and it's 20-17. Sacred Heart lead back down to 3. Fertile-Beltrami again looking for that coveted run late here in set 2. They trail in the match 1-0. Reese Bruggeman at the service line. Right to left serve, back left corner. Up to Horkin from 8 feet. Risky on the far side, and another big swing, and it's another Lydia Risky kill. And a clean operation by Sacred Heart that time makes it 21-17. Eagles in front by 4. Finley Horkin back to the service line. Left to right serve on the way. Up with the left hand, across with the right, into the back row. Passes off the mark. Pushed over by Iverson. Horkin. Lawrence from 12. Back to Risky. She's starting to catch a little fire here. Rash. Iverson, middle. Erickson blocked. Fertile-Beltrami can't get to it. Got sent all the way to the back off the block, and it's 22-17. Sacred Heart back up by 5. And Horkin back at the service line. The Eagles are 3 points away from winning set 2. Into the back row, Bruggeman digs it up into the air. Stunis blocked but out of bounds. And a kill for Madison Stunis, just her 3rd of the night. Makes it 22-18. Maya Erickson at the service line. Right to left serve. She's got an ace serve on the night. Goes to the back row. Horkin nearly under the net. Pushed across. 9 feet. Gorder off one leg. Up and down. Tessa Updahl with the right hand. 22-19. And Fertile-Beltrami back to within 3. And that's been the deficit so far here in these last few points. Volleyball rolling around in the back row, and Erickson ready with the serve. 19 serving 22. Swickla in the back. Horkin back set, long to the near side. Risky off the deflection. Another kill for Lydia Risky. Off the tip, 23-19. And Sacred Heart now 2 points away from winning the second game. And Lydia Risky at the service line. From the center, sends it across. Stunis the receive. Iverson pops it into the air, goes to Updahl, and she's got another kill. That's the 8th kill of the set for Tessa Updahl off the 11th assist, make it the 12th for Bailey Iverson. 23-20. Again, a 3-point deficit. And Fertile-Beltrami, though, running out of time here in set 2. Needing to get it done right here. Iverson from right to left. Sharp serve. Tough receive. Swickla the second bump. Lawrence sends it back across. Rash. Iverson, Stunis, 23-21. The 4th kill for Madison Stunis from the near side. And a 2-point game here in set 2. Iverson ready with the right to left serve, trailing by 2 points for Fertile-Beltrami. Sharp serve, down to her knee is risky. Horkin to Lawrence, dug out by Pregame, high into the air, played off the HVAC system and sent back across by Updahl. Sacred Heart, Horkin back into the middle, another nice dig in the back row, Iverson. Pregame backpedals on the near side, bumped over by Iverson. Here comes Sacred Heart, Horkin back to Lawrence, the right hand, Stunis, Iverson, Pregame bumps it over again on the third. Sacred Heart, Horkin, Lawrence again, tipped and 24-21. And set point upcoming for East Grand Forks. Sacred Heart in front, 24-21. And it's Izzy Swickla serving set point. From the center of the line into the back, Iverson. Stunis pushes it from 12. Horkin, Swickla, Lawrence trying to end it. Dug out, up to the net, back across. Horkin, guess who? Lawrence again. Quick return, out of bounds, 25-21. Lawrence ends it with her 11th kill of the night. The final score on the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard here in set 2, Sacred Heart 25, Fertile-Beltrami 21. The in-between sets report from the Linforers Insurance Agency. On the way next on 106.5 FM KRJB and YourLiveEvent.com.
When you have a project that requires rock, gravel, crushed asphalt, or crushed concrete, or you need some trenching work done, call Visser Trenching of Ada. They'll move the dirt, they'll haul the rock, they'll take care of you. They do a great job. Call Visser Trenching Ada, 784-4381. Good luck, teams, from everyone at Visser Trenching.
For nearly 40 years, West Main Pizza has been serving up hot, delicious pizzas and other favorites, like sub sandwiches, calzones, chicken wings, pasta dishes, paninis, and more. With 2 locations on East Main in Ada and the Rail District in Dilworth, we offer dine-in, takeout, and online ordering at westmainpizza.net. Discover more than just pizza at West Main Pizza in Ada and the Rail District in Dilworth, your neighborhood favorite since 1986.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Welcoming our viewers back on YourLiveEvent.com. Thanks for joining us. It's 2-0. Sacred Heart lead. They won the second set 25-21, won the first 25-17. The in-between sets report from the Linforers Insurance Agency. Lydia Risky had 4 kills in that set. Lexi Lawrence had 5, a total of 11 for the game. Tied with Tessa Updahl of Fertile-Beltrami for a game high. Tessa Updahl had 8 kills in that set. Fingerprints all over it. If Fertile-Beltrami were able to scratch out the win, but they fall a little short. Maya Erickson also had 4 kills. Madison Stunis had 2. Sacred Heart wins set 2, 25-21. Linforers Insurance Agency, locations in Foston, Egley, Clearbrook, Mahnomen, Ada, and Fertile. Linforers, your insurance source, linforersinsurance.com. Fertile-Beltrami needs to win set 3 to extend the match. Inched a little closer in set 2, but couldn't close the gap, and they're down 2-0. And Maya Erickson at the service line from right to left to get us started for Fertile-Beltrami. Serve is away. Lawrence in the back middle. Horkin, far side, Risky right hand, and a kill for Lydia Risky as the volleyball soars to the near side into the Fertile-Beltrami student section. It's the 21st assist from Finley Horkin. And the aforementioned Horkin heads back to the service line, left to right. Serve is away. Brueggemann, Stunis calls for it, sets up Updahl on the left side, tips it over. Lawrence, back row attack. Fertile-Beltrami got a touch on it, pushed over by Gorder. Lawrence is there in the middle, far side. Risky, big right-handed swing, nice dig. Gorder dumped over. Sacred Heart covers it up. Lawrence back to Risky, tipped across, and did it hit the antenna? And they're not going to get the call. It's another point for Sacred Heart. Fertile-Beltrami thought it hit the antenna. But it's a point for Sacred Heart, and it's 2-0 Eagles. Rash, Updahl from 10 feet, high into the air and out of bounds, and it's 3-0. And Fertile-Beltrami, they can't have that 8-3 lead by Sacred Heart be the same result early here in set one to play from behind. It's a 3-0 game. They're looking for the point back right away here. Iverson across by Stunis. Lawrence from 10 feet. Risky falling away on the far side. Gorder, Stunis, right hand, off the top, and a pancake dig for the moment by Lawrence. But it soars away, and a kill for Madison Stunis. 7th assist by Tori Gorder. 3-1 game, and Bailey Iverson back at the service line for Fertile-Beltrami from right to left. Sharply into the back row. Horkin sets up her hitter in the middle, dug out by Iverson, tipped across by Updahl. Lawrence will set up Risky across the way. She got blocked. The Eagles cover it up. Pushed back over. Stunis 1, Iverson 2, Brueggemann 3 from the back. Swickla another dig. Horkin to the near side. Back across by Stevens. Brueggemann pops it in the air. Back to Stunis. Blocked and pinballing around, and it's a block kill for Sacred Heart. And the Eagles in front 4-1 here in set 3. Left to right. Iverson, Updahl, tipped in the air. Risky, here's the third, and Lawrence off the top of the tape, sent a few Falcons down to their knees. Horkin back towards the middle, high in the air, pushed out the top, and everything coming up Sacred Heart here. Risky pushes it off the top, has her hand over her mouth like OMG, and it's 5-1, Sacred Heart by 4 here in set 3. Timeout called by Fertile-Beltrami. Freedom Fuel and Shine timeout. Sacred Heart in front by 4 here in the third set. KRJB Radio, yourliveevent.com.
When it comes to insurance, CHS Northwest Insurance Services of Fertile has your back. Meet Janet E. Fox, your dedicated agent specializing in multi-peril and hail insurance. Life is unpredictable, but your coverage shouldn't be. Trust the team that cares about your peace of mind. Call Janet E. at CHS Northwest Insurance Services in Fertile today at 701-371-6193. CHS Northwest Insurance Services of Fertile, because when it comes to insurance, precision matters.
Welcome back here on your live event and listening to Section 8A semifinal volleyball coverage on 106.5 FM, KRJB, Ada, Minnesota. Sacred Heart in front by 4, 5-1 here in the third set. Fertile-Beltrami needs to win this third to extend the match. Lydia Risky, the left to right serve. 5 serving, 1 into the back row. Rash, Iverson comes screaming to the near side. Flathammer sends it to the back row. Swickla sends it high into the air, and Horkin sends it back to her favorite hitter in Lawrence. The net shook. It gets sent back across. Back set on the near side. Iverson, Flathammer, Stunis falling away. Back to the far side, meeting at the net, tipped over. Oh, Sacred Heart, they just don't let anything fall. Rash the second touch. Stunis from 9, and that time it's inside the line. And Madison Stunis makes it 5-2. And whenever you see a ball that looks like it's just going to die and fall to the floor, there's a Sacred Heart player diving themselves and falling to the floor to keep it in the air. 5-2. Stunis from right to left. Horkin, Lawrence, blocked, out of bounds, 6-2. 23rd assist by Finley Horkin. 11th kill for... Make that the 12th for Lexi Lawrence. Lydia Risky also has 11. And Izzy Swickla from left to right, ready to send it away for East Grand Forks Sacred Heart, who's only lost one match on the year. Back middle, Rash, Iverson, and a 2-hit violation, or a lift, makes it 7-2. It was awkward either way, and it's Sacred Heart now in front by a handful, 7-2. Left to right serve across. Stunis back to Brueggemann on the near side, over a block. Swickla goes to Lawrence across the way, and she sends it into the net, 7-3. Breezy Iverson checks in here for Fertile-Beltrami. First time tonight, junior number 13. 7-3, Sacred Heart. Iverson, the lefty, sends it to the back row. Horkin, Lawrence across the way, off the touch. Iverson sends it back to the middle. Stunis calls for it. Brueggemann soars through the air, and she misses it out of bounds as it short hops into the Sacred Heart bench. And the Eagles now in front by 5, 8-3. Claire Adolphson rotates back on. Tessa Updahl back onto the floor. And it's a left to right serve for Sacred Heart. Adolphson, 8 serving 3. Iverson, Brueggemann to the middle, over a block. Lawrence on her knees, and Swickla can't get the third across. And a point for Fertile-Beltrami, cuts it in half, 8-4. Tori Gorder rotates back on for Fertile-Beltrami. And she heads back to the service line. In a 4-point game here in the third, Fertile-Beltrami needs to win it to extend the match. Serve goes to the back row. Horkin, Lawrence far side, and another kill for Lexi Lawrence. And another assist for Finley Horkin, 9-4. The hitters for Sacred Heart, not only can they hit from anywhere, they can send it anywhere on the floor, cross court, down the line. It's 9-4 here into the middle. Erickson over a block. Horkin off one leg. And it's a kill as Risky gets another one. And oh, by the way, Sacred Heart has one of the best setters around in Finley Horkin, who now has 25 assists. Lawrence, 10 serving 4, a shorty. Rash has to hit the deck, tipped over by Gorder. Swickla, Horkin, tipped across with the right hand. Here comes Fertile-Beltrami, Gorder, and the pass off the mark. Brueggemann has to adjust on the bump across. Middle, Doug, quick return. Horkin, far side pass. Risky winds up, cross court, puts it down. And it's 11-4, Sacred Heart now by 7. Lexi Lawrence, 11, serving 4 for Sacred Heart, trying to pull away here in set 3. Rash down to her knees off the receive. Iverson pops it in the air. Brueggemann off the touch. Here's Sacred Heart. Risky on the far side. Over the block attempt by Bailey Iverson, and it's 12-4. Risky tips it over. And a timeout called by Fertile-Beltrami. A Freedom Fuel and Shine and Ada timeout. They've already burned their 2 here in set 3. 12-4, Sacred Heart by 8. We're back after this on YourLiveEvent.com and KRJB Radio.
The auto dealers of Ada are ready for fall with huge savings on all new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as huge savings on OEM parts and accessories. Lee Brothers Sales and Kelly's Chrysler Center have a nice selection of trucks, vans, SUVs, and cars, plus many fresh trade-ins and new 2026 models available for order. You can see all their inventory online at LeeBrosAdaMN.com and Kelly'sChryslerCenter.com, or stop in and talk to one of their friendly salespeople. The auto dealers of Ada, serving the Red River Valley and Lakes Country for over 90 years.
Back here on KRJB and YourLiveEvent.com, coming out of the timeout from Freedom Fuel and Shine in Ada. Open 24/7, 365, quick and convenient. Don't forget the pet wash at Freedom Fuel. 12-4, Sacred Heart in front by 8 here in set 3, trying to pull away and win the match and punch their ticket to the section championship. Lexi Lawrence at the line for the Eagles, left to right. Rash pass to Iverson, back to the near side. Brueggemann off the deflection, puts away a kill. Just the second kill of the night for Reese Brueggemann. 14th assist from Bailey Iverson, and it's 12-5, and the Falcons trying to chip away at the lead. Going to take a lot of work to do so. Down by 7 here. Sacred Heart makes you work for every point. Risky pushes. Stunis is there. Gorder from 10 feet to Erickson. Back across. Adolfson, Horkin, Risky, deflected. Diving save by Gorder on the far side. Stunis up into the air. Sends it out of bounds. 13-5. Sacred Heart in front by 8 here in set 3. Caleb Benson rotates on. Coach Venasic checks with the official on the floor. Get a check on the rotation as Sacred Heart leads by 8 points here in set 3. The Eagles won the first two, 25-17 and 25-21, leading the match 2-0. Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard here in set 3. Sacred Heart in front 13-5. Second semifinal game on the way after this one. Ada-Borup West and Red Lake Falls. Red Lake Falls Eagles beating the defending section champions Kitson County Central in 5 last Friday. What a match that was up in Hallock. 13-5 here as Benson for Sacred Heart sends it across in an 8-point lead. Gorder pops it up for Iverson. Back across, Risky on the second. Over to Fertile-Beltrami. Gorder comes to Stunis on the near side. Lawrence can hit and she can dig, and Risky sends it back across. Gets deep up into the arms of Brueggemann. Sent back across by Stunis. Sacred Heart back into the middle. Rash another dig off the right-handed swing by Stevens. Brueggemann a back row attack. Dumped back over. Iverson, middle. Erickson pushes. Horkin slaps at it. Hits it into the air, and Risky to Stunis with another dig. Madison from 11 feet back across. Back row, Horkin up front, Risky blocked, now covered up by Fertile-Beltrami, tipped over, Stunis got blocked as well. Dumped back across, Horkin, Risky, and that's a kill. And Lydia Risky that time off the long rally makes it 14-5. Sacred Heart by 9. Red Lake Falls waiting in the wings on the far side across the floor behind the Fertile-Beltrami bench. The purple and gold, a smattering, finding their seats. Here's Iverson, Stunis on the near side, blocked. Yes, Finley Horkin with the block that time. 15-5, Sacred Heart now in front by 10 as they push the lead to double digits here in set 3. Sacred Heart in front 2-0. Won the first two 25-17, 25-21. Benson the left to right serve. Stunis passes to Iverson. Back set. Erickson blocked. 16-5. The fourth block of the set by Sacred Heart. Fertile-Beltrami's burned their pair of timeouts here in this third set already. They're going to have to play it out the rest of the way. Now down by 11. 16-5. Benson sends it to the back row off the serve. Gorder, Brueggemann across. Lawrence in the back middle. Horkin, Risky, cross court. Brueggemann down to her knees, sliding to her left. Over to Stunis, who sends it down the line. Lawrence is there for the dig. Benson in the middle. Brueggemann down to her knees off the dig for Fertile-Beltrami. Iverson down the line. Lawrence the dig. Covered up by Adolfson. Risky the big long right-handed swing is blocked. She's going to try it again, and she got it. The Sacred Heart attack. 16th kill for Lydia Risky. It is relentless. And it's 17-5. Sacred Heart by 12. Left to right, too much. Service error. Out of bounds. 17-6. Fertile-Beltrami led for a large portion of that first set. The first lead of game 1 for Sacred Heart came at the 14-13 mark. And Sacred Heart would end up pulling away 25-17 and won the second 25-21. Maya Erickson right to left serve. Lawrence up at the net, tipped across by Horkin. Gorder sends it to the near side. Updahl into the net, and 4 hits against Fertile-Beltrami, and Sacred Heart starting to pull away here in set 3. 18-6, Sacred Heart by 12 here in the third. Finley Horkin left to right. 28 assists for Horkin on the night. Stunis, Iverson, Updahl, that's a kill. 18-7. Fertile-Beltrami not wanting to go away quietly here in the third game. It's an 11-point lead for Sacred Heart, 18-7. Bailey Iverson from right to left. Serve is away. Back row, Horkin. Near side, and a kill as Horkin goes to Stella Risky that time, 19-7. And Lydia Risky from right to left, or left to right. Indigo Oisted rotates on for the first time tonight for Fertile-Beltrami. Left to right serve is away by Lydia Risky. Across, Iverson goes to Updahl in the middle, popped into the air by Risky. Far side, Lawrence over a block. Pancake dig for Iverson for the moment, but it ends up falling, and it's Lexi Lawrence with another kill. 14th of the night. And it's 20-7, Sacred Heart here in game 3. Far side, Iverson, middle, Updahl up and down. Tessa Updahl, who had 8 kills in set 2, now just the first here in the third. They trail 20-8, and Madison Stunis at the service line, right to left. Away, up front Horkin, far side Lawrence, blocked, covered up by the Eagles. Back to the near side, Risky. The Falcons get a touch on it. Iverson from a couple feet, back across by Brueggemann. Far side Lawrence from Horkin. Down for another kill, Lexi Lawrence. Lexi Lawrence making it look easy with her 15th kill of the night. Izzy Swickla at the service line, 21 serving 8. Rash, Iverson, back set, Updahl off the deflection, gave Swickla time to camp underneath. Pushed across, and that's going to fall for a kill. Adley Vignes picks it up that time. And Sacred Heart 3 points away from winning the set and taking the match. 22-8, Sacred Heart. Left to right serve, Brueggemann up to Iverson from 10 feet. Back to Brueggemann on the near side, pinballing around in the back row. Lawrence and Risky laying on their backs, try to get it across, but they send it into the net, and it's 22-9. Set 3. Breezy Iverson rotates on. Tessa Updahl comes off for Fertile-Beltrami. Iverson, right to left serve. Pass up front, Horkin, Lawrence blocked. Eagles are there again. Horkin, a back set to Stella Risky this time. She goes out of bounds, and it's 22-10. And Breezy Iverson with the right to left serve. Down by 12. Sharp left-handed serve into the net. 23-10. Red Lake Falls on the far side, awaiting their matchup with Adabor up west. Don't go away. Radio coverage back here on KRJB. A different streaming link with yourliveevent.com. So this stream will end, and you'll have to pick it up on a new one. No panic. We've got all the coverage. Near side, Erickson with the right hand. Swickla dig, high into the air. Risky back by the Powerade jug. Sends it back into the middle and back across. Near side, Brueggemann with the right hand. Off the judges' stand. No, we play on. Iverson, Oisted, she got blocked. Pushed back over by Stunis. Horkin, Lawrence, Stunis the dig. 24-10. Boy, I thought that ball went off the judges' stand on the near side. Thought maybe that would end the point right there. Britta Sorensen rotates on for the first time. Senior number 18, and Coach Carrie Sullley emptying the bench. Haley Gudvangen runs on. Another senior. Updahl comes off. A great career for these seniors of Fertile-Beltrami, reaching the section semifinals a year ago as well. Iverson, Sorensen on the far side, can't tip it over, and that's it. Final score, Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Sacred Heart wins the third set 25-10, and Sacred Heart wins the match 3-0, 25-17, 25-21, and 25-10. The post-game report from Home Crown Realty coming up on KRJB and YourLiveEvent.com.
Cooler weather is coming. Make sure your home stays cozy and efficient with blow-in insulation from Ada Building Center. Ada Building Center has received a huge truckload shipment of blow-in insulation. You'll now get better pricing and more ways to save. With every insulation purchase, the use of the blower is absolutely free. Lower your heating costs and keep those dollars in your pocket. Blow-in insulation. Now's the time to buy from Ada Building Center, Highway 200 East Edge, Ada.
Egg Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. Egg Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, Egg Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it. And always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
Winter is coming. Are you ready? At Agassi Sales, we'll help you build the snow removal fleet you need now. With Hyundai Construction Equipment Snow Lease Program, you'll get flexible financing, low monthly rates, and even the option of 6 months on, 6 months off. Plus, every machine is backed by our certified service department. Call Agassi Sales at 888-836-4029 or visit agassisales.com. Agassi Sales, your partner for power and reliability.
No matter the need, no matter the importance, Life Care Medical Center is here for you through it all. Find nurturing professionals providing personalized care and attention for parents and their newborns during the beginning of a new life. Find specialized surgeons giving life back to patients through a wide variety of outpatient and emergent surgeries. Find physical therapists guiding one through their most challenging times, but towards their best times. Find care close to home. Life Care Medical Center.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Could you use cash management tools for your farm or business? This is Nick Gordon with American Federal Bank in Ada. Please join our most successful customers in using our financial manager to help provide custom cash management solutions. These include Positive Pay, Merchant Services, Sweeps, ACH, Bill Pay, Wire Transfers, and Remote Deposit. Stop by the bank today or give me a call at 784-7121. American Federal Bank in Ada, member FDIC.
Live back here on YourLiveEvent.com, the Home Crown Realty post-game show. Brandon Dahl, Eric Smart, Christy Melting, your agents with Home Crown Realty when buying or selling real estate. Home Crown Realty and HomeCrownRealty.com. Sacred Heart wins it 3-0, 25-17, 25-21, 25-10. The game summary from Benedictine Care Community. Sacred Heart didn't lead for most of that first set. Used a late 9-2 scoring run to win 25-17. Went on an 8-3 scoring run in the second game. That was the difference overall. They held Fertile-Beltrami at arm's length to win 25-21. And Sacred Heart kind of leaning on Fertile-Beltrami. The Falcons getting tired in that third set as the Eagles win at 25-10. Game summary from Benedictine Care Community. Benedictine Living Community of Ada. Strength together, a trusted name in senior living. Looking at the sub of the game tonight from Subway of Ada. I'm going to give our sub of the game tonight to, I'm going to give it to Izzy Swickla for the Sacred Heart Eagles, the libero for Sacred Heart at 4 ace serves. Defensively, she's outstanding. Izzy Swickla will be your sub of the game. Brought to you by Subway of Ada. Subway of Ada, eat fresh. Thanking area fans and athletes and teams for stopping in before and after the games. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, supper, sandwiches, wraps, salads, and cookies. Also catering options for any event at Subway of Ada. The play of the game from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Call 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. I'm going to pick one of the kills from Lydia Risky for the Sacred Heart Eagles, and Lexi Lawrence for that matter. The attack was relentless from Sacred Heart tonight from Risky and Lawrence. So those are the plays of the game for East Grand Forks Sacred Heart, brought to you by Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsboro. In the Trenches Award, brought to you by Visser Trenching. And defensively for Fertile-Beltrami, I thought Madison Stunis was able to dig up the volleyball really well. The attack is so tough from East Grand Forks Sacred Heart, but Madison standing her own on the near side, all over the floor, and Fertile-Beltrami had to try and do that all night long. In the Trenches Award, Visser Trenching, Fertile-Beltrami trying to dig up the attack from East Grand Forks Sacred Heart. Visser Trenching, they dig it, of course. They work in the trenches. They get it done. Excavating work, sell and deliver rock, gravel, sand, dirt for your projects. Call Visser Trenching as Sacred Heart wins this one tonight. 3-0 over the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. The stars of the game from the American Federal Bank in Ada. Finley Horkin for East Grand Forks Sacred Heart. I had her for 32 assists tonight. Lexi Lawrence, another star. She had 16 kills on the night. Tessa Updahl for Fertile-Beltrami is going to get a star of the game as well, with 12 kills on the night. She had a big second set with 8 total kills. As those are your stars of the game from American Federal Bank in Ada. The Enbridge Energy player of the game, 16 kills. The 1-2 punch for Sacred Heart, that goes to Lydia Risky. 16 kills for Lydia tonight. She was the Enbridge Energy player of the game here this evening. Sacred Heart wins it 3-0 over Fertile-Beltrami, 25-17, 25-21, and 25-10. Congratulations to head coach Emily Venasic and East Grand Forks Sacred Heart for punching their ticket to the section championship game, where they will play the winner of this next one between Ada Borup West and Red Lake Falls. Our coverage continues here from Lee Soccer Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Minnesota Crookston, here on 106.5 FM KRJB. The Eagles and the Cougars coming up here very shortly. We also continue our coverage on yourliveevent.com. We go to a separate video stream for that one, so we'll end this one, head over to a next one, and we'll be ready for the Cougars and the Eagles. I'm Dawson Peterson signing off and saying so long here from the University of Minnesota Crookston as Sacred Heart wins it 3-0, 25-17, 25-21, and 25-10. Ada Borup West versus Red Lake Falls. Coming up next, Kevin Kochman on the call on KRJB and yourliveevent.com.